Welcome back to Growth Over Easy. We're in the middle of a 5-part series on these patterns that I see constantly coming up in relationships that are tanking connection and killing intimacy. This is part 3, and today we're talking about the scorecard, why keeping track is quietly destroying your connection. Before we get into it, if you would like a PDF that has all 5 of these patterns nicely organized on it, go to growthovereasy.com. There's a link also in the show notes, and subscribe to my Substack, and you will get that PDF in the welcome email. So what does the scorecard look like? It's when you're in conversation with your partner, and maybe there's a little bit of tension growing, and you're talking about something that happened last night that was bothering you. But then all of a sudden, you find yourself talking about last Tuesday. And then the thing that happened in March. And then this pattern that you've noticed over the last 6 months. And you have receipts and you're very ready to use them. That's the scorecard. And what it looks like in real life is bringing up past events mid-conflict. You're mentally tracking like who apologized last, who initiated sex last, who's giving more in the relationship. It's feeling like the relationship is this ledger and someone is always behind in the ledger. Maybe it's you, maybe it's your partner, and you're keenly aware of where you both stand. It's this waiting for your partner to go first because you went first last time. And it can be feeling like that if I was to let something go without it being acknowledged, it doesn't count. I can't put it on the ledger. In relationships, there are things we need to let go of, things we need to forgive, and then things we need to explore deeper. Someone who keeps the scorecard really struggles with the let go part. It's very difficult to let things go because you think everything needs to be counted. It feels like fairness, and it functions like this wall between you and your partner, and nobody wins because both people end up feeling completely unseen in the relationship. So what's actually happening? What's going on beneath the surface? Scorecards are essentially trauma responses to chronic unmet needs. Likely, these unmet needs started early on for you. It could be when you were a child. It could be something that started happening in past relationships. And your system learned that I need to keep track because nobody else is going to keep track. No one's really going to care for me. No one cares about my needs. And so this ledger that you keep, it feels like this form of protection around you. And when it comes to your romantic relationship, the scorecard keeps you in the past. And it's going to make your partner, or if you're the person on the receiving side of someone who keeps score, feel like you can never do enough. And it makes genuine repair almost impossible in a relationship because there's always another item on the list. The scorekeeper always has something ready to go. There's a difference between a legitimate hurt in a relationship that needs repair, something that's happened that needs our attention, versus this chronic scorekeeping. And the chronic scorekeeping is this protective pattern. It's an armor that you get to wear, and it keeps you from even getting your real needs met because you're more focused on what's fair, who gets what did this person do? Can I pull this little thing out of my pocket that I've been sitting on for the last month, waiting for the perfect opportunity to show it to them? You can never repair if there's a scorekeeper in the relationship because you're always holding on to, again, this ability to protect yourself with your own unmet needs. So over time, it's going to create a lot of damage in your relationship. And if you're the partner of a scorekeeper, or if you are the scorekeeper, you need to know that at some point, your partner is probably going to stop trying. And it's not because they don't care. They likely care a lot and they love you. But they're going to stop trying because nothing is ever going to feel like enough. It's like the bar keeps moving up. The list keeps growing. I've seen this happen a lot working with couples where one person in the relationship will be saying, I did what she asked. She asked for A, B, and C, and I executed on them, but then she added D and E to the list. And when this happens and the other person is like, I can't keep up, I can't please you, I don't know where I stand on your scorecard, they can get resentful, they can get withdrawn, and the connection starts to fade. You get in this cycle of unmet needs in the relationship because the scorecard doesn't give you what you're really craving. Because what you're really craving, if you're someone who keeps score, is to feel seen and valued and prioritized in the relationship. So if this is you, I want you to try something. The next time you're in a fight and you feel the need to reach into your pocket and pull out that thing or check the scorecard, before you reach for the evidence, I want you to ask yourself one question. What do I actually need right now? Not what does the score say that I'm owed, not what could I pull out to prove my point. What do you need in this moment from your partner? And then I want you to lead with that, because there will be a completely different outcome. It's going to land very differently with your partner if you say, hey, I am feeling really disconnected from you lately and I miss us. That is going to land completely different than saying, you never initiate, I'm always the one that has to. The same underlying need is in both of those statements, but the outcome is going to be very different because the first one is leading with the need and leading with vulnerability, leading with desire. The second one is leading with an accusation. And the second one will put your partner on the defense every single time. So it's a shift from persecuting your partner to reaching for them. And it's going to feel vulnerable. And that's why it works, because relationships need us to be vulnerable. In order to be connected with another human, we have to be willing to show them our soft spots. So if you're a scorekeeper, just know the scorecard isn't proof that your needs don't matter. It's proof that they do, and that you've been carrying them alone for a very long time. And again, you likely learned really early on that I have to keep score because people aren't going to meet my needs. And so that's the pattern that needs to be rewritten. And you don't fix this by trying to just not need anyone. That's not the answer. I'm just going to let go of all of my needs. No, you fix it by learning to lead with the need and be direct with the need instead of through evidence, instead of pulling out the ledger. And that's the difference between building a wall around yourself for protection and building a bridge so that you can have the connection with your partner. I hope this helps. I hope you choose growth this week, and I'll see you next week for part 4.
If you enjoyed this episode and you're a fan of the show, please subscribe and leave us a review. If you'd like to connect, you can join me over on Substack or follow me on Instagram @LilyRachels. Let's build love that grows.